Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time again. Today I have 10 more great Switch games that I think everybody should give a chance. They're a lot of fun, and if you play them, you're probably going to enjoy them. My name is Robot Joe and I'm your host as always. Let's go ahead and get started. That's right, as soon as the last video came out last week, you guys were already demanding more. But that's okay, because I like making these videos, so it's all good. Before we get started, I have a couple things to announce. I am beyond grateful for all the support I've been getting. It truly means a lot to me because I work every day on these videos. Yeah, I just love the community we're building, and in the past month alone, I have got 8,000 new subscribers. That's pretty crazy. So what I would like to do is, for every 1,000 subscribers I get moving forward, I'm going to give away a Switch game to one of my subscribers. Your choice, doesn't matter what it is. I'll order it from Amazon or GameStop, whatever you want, and I'll just give a Switch game away every time I hit 1,000. So once I hit 3,000 subscribers, I will give a Switch game away. And of course, I'll make sure I post proof of it and everything, so there's no like funny business going on. I'm also growing on Instagram as well from you guys, so every 500 followers on Instagram I get, I'm gonna give away a game as well. So you guys have pretty much two choices to win games. By subscribing, you can get a Switch game, and by following me on Instagram, you can get a Switch game. So make sure you hit a like and subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for the support. Let's get into this list. There is tons of great Mario games to choose from on the Switch, but what about a Mario game that's more than one game? Super Mario 3D All-Stars. This was what I kind of always wanted in a Mario game. We have Super Mario 64, the start of 3D Mario. We have Super Mario Sunshine, which is in fact my favorite Mario game of all time. And we have Super Mario Galaxy, what some people say is the greatest Mario game ever created. They are perfect on the Switch. They look great, they run great, they give you all the feelings that you had maybe when you played them the first time. And if you could truly only play one Mario game on the Switch, this is the one I'd recommend because there's 3 games here. Now that Super Mario 3D All-Stars is becoming harder and harder to find, that is the only issue I would have recommending this game because it's no longer on the eShop, but you can still get lucky and find copies out there for retail price, or you can find them at pawn shops, secondhand stores, stuff like that. So just keep an eye out. Every time I make one of these videos, a game you guys keep requesting to be on the next list is Astral Chain. The few survivors of a massive global disaster gather together in a futuristic megacity. Now it is your job to protect them against otherworldly invaders, but you are not alone. As a member of a special police task force, the last remnants of humanity depend on you, and to save the world, you must investigate its dark side. Explore a near future cyberpunk metropolis, solving crimes and seeing how the last remnants of humanity struggle to survive. As you save the world from extra-dimensional invaders, you'll also interact with citizens, question suspects, and team up with members of your task force to solve cases. This game, freaking amazing. It definitely should have been on every list previous that I made. Not only that, it just looks so good. Especially if you have a Switch OLED, I don't know how they're able to capture the gameplay and the colors that they did, but it almost feels like it's too good. You know what I mean? Astral Chain is a must play. So during a recent Nintendo Direct, one of the games that had caught my attention was something called Ghost Trick, and it turns out this is a remake of a Nintendo DS game. Ghost Trick is an adventure game in which players control a ghost who uses his unearthly powers to save lives. During gameplay segments, players can swap at will between the land of the living, where time flows naturally, and the ghost world, in which time is stopped. In the ghost world, you can travel between objects within a certain radius. You can animate these objects to perform actions known as ghost tricks. So maybe like a woman's about to be robbed or something like that, you can manipulate an object above the robber to fall down and it will land on him, and then you'll end up saving the girl. The whole concept is amazing. I never knew about this when it was on Nintendo DS, but now that it's on the Switch, it's just been on my radar ever since I first learned about it. And I have a weird feeling that Ghost Trick is going to be a sleeper hit on the Switch. Pikmin 4 is right around the corner, but if you need a little bit more Pikmin before that, lucky for you, Pikmin 1 and 2 are now on the Switch. In Pikmin 1, you meet Captain Olimar and a capable cast of red, blue, and yellow Pikmin on a dire mission across a larger-than-life planet. In Pikmin 2, swap between Olimar and Louie to divide and conquer. Tasked with helping pay off their employer's debt, the pint-sized pair teams up with Pikmin to collect treasure on a strange planet. I think this was the perfect games to bring over. I know Pikmin 4 is coming out and they want to capitalize off that, but I think Pikmin 1 and 2 should have been on the Switch from the start. Now you have Pikmin 1, 2, and 3, and Pikmin 4 coming, and I think Pikmin is going to become a household name. I think Pikmin 3 kind of got everybody into the series more, but Now going back and playing the first two, you'll understand why Pikmin is really special. You can purchase these games separately, or you can purchase them together as a bundle, and I think you save like 10 bucks, so that's definitely the route I would take. Often regarded as some of the greatest video games of all time, BioShock is a series that should be on everybody's list. Lucky for you, the BioShock Collection is on the Switch. That is BioShock 1 Remastered, BioShock 2 Remastered, and BioShock Infinite the Complete Edition. In BioShock 1, explore the undersea city of Rapture, a haven for society's greatest minds that are devolved into a dystopian nightmare wrought by one man's hubris. In BioShock 2, see Rapture through the eyes of a Subject Delta, a fearsome Big Daddy prototype on a life or death mission to rescue his missing little sister. In BioShock Infinite, indebted to the wrong people, private investigator Booker DeWitt must take on the impossible task, travel to a flying city above the clouds and rescue a woman named Elizabeth. These games are works of art. There's no other way to describe them. When you're playing BioShock games, you actually feel like a feeling that you're gonna remember forever. I'm gonna say something super unpopular here, but BioShock Infinite is actually my favorite of the three. I know, how could I say that? But no matter what, play these games. They're always on the eShop for like $15 for the entire collection. You kinda can't go wrong. Dragonquest XI S is pretty much the best RPG in my opinion. You are the Luminary, the hunted hero who will protect the land from destruction. With a ragtag band of adventurers, you'll engage in well-balanced, turn-based battles and embark on quests across the kingdom, forge gear, develop party member skills, and alter their outfits without changing gear in this edition of the game. This version also lets you ride and attack with monsters on the field to earn experience points. It's funny, I would go to like GameStop or my local game store and I would say, hey man, recommend me a Switch game, these are the games I've played. And everybody would always recommend Dragon Quest XI, and I would just be like, I don't think it's for me. Once I finally got around to picking it up, I'm not exaggerating, I think I put down like 15 hours of this game in the first weekend alone. I absolutely loved it. I loved the story. It's just like the perfect RPG in my opinion. And it made me want to go back and play older Dragon Quest games, even the 2D stuff. I even went and played Dragon Quest Builders 2. I'm a huge Dragon Quest fan, and it's strictly off the strength of this game. So if you're looking for an RPG, I would definitely recommend Dragon Quest XI. One of the coolest and weirdest and most special games I would say in the past couple years, in my opinion, would have to be Cuphead. Cuphead is a classic run and gun action game, heavily focused on boss battles. Inspired by cartoons of the 1930s, the visuals and audio are painstakingly created by the same techniques of that era. Traditional hand-drawn cell animation, watercolor backgrounds, and original jazz recordings. You get to play as Cuphead or Mugman as you traverse strange worlds, acquire new weapons, learn powerful super moves, and discover hidden secrets while you try to pay your debt back to the devil. I could be wrong, which I probably am, but I'm almost certain that this game was developed by like 2 friends, and that's amazing. If that's not the case, who cares? This game is still amazing. It's so good, it even got a Netflix show. So this game is insanely hard, but once you actually beat a boss that you've been trying to beat for hours, you're gonna get a wave of relief and satisfaction, and I think it's a game that everybody truly should try. So a series that I have recently learned about, but I wish I would have known about sooner, is Blasphemous. A curse has fallen upon the land and all its inhabitants. It's simply known as a miracle. You are a sole survivor of the massacre of the Silent Sorrow, trapped in an endless cycle of death and rebirth. It's down to you to free this world from this terrible fate and reach the origin of your anguish. Explore this nightmarish world of twisted religion and discover its many secrets hidden deep inside. Use devastating combos and brutal executions to smite the hordes of grotesque monsters and titanic bosses who are all ready to rip your limbs off. I'm not sure what it is about this style of game. Yes, it kind of gives me nostalgic feelings, but it's just badass. I really don't know how else to say it. Another cool thing about Blasphemous games is they're usually always on sale. I think this is legit on sale on the eShop right now, but they're just worth even picking up at full price. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of the art style. I'm a huge fan of like the gameplay and the story and just everything that this game pretty much is. And this is a game I never see come up on like the top Switch games list, so I definitely wanted to add it here. And it's definitely something I think everybody should check out. Ladies and gentlemen, there are some more Switch games that I recommend everybody at least trying. Yes, I know the Switch is full of thousands of games, but lucky for us, I'm going to keep making these videos and we're going to learn about them little by little until we've pretty much learned every greatest Switch game that there ever was. Remember, if you enjoy gaming news, gaming stories, and Nintendo Switch content, to hit a like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. We'll start doing some of these giveaways because I truly want to give back because I can't believe like how fast this channel is growing. Thank you so much, and you guys know me. I'll see you soon with a new video. Peace out.